All right. Hello. I got a list for you today. I'm kind of realizing that the videos I'm making are basically just like how I'm feeling and what I'm experiencing during the day are now me just talking about them for the video. So anyway, today what I was thinking about was that I'm not invincible. And for a long time, like, you always hear how boys when they're like 17, 18 years old think they're invincible. Well, I was kind of the same way, and honestly, like, to be totally truthful, I still feel like I'm invincible in a little bit. I mean, I know logically, obviously, I'm not invincible. Nobody is. But in certain ways, I still do feel like I can't die in certain little ways. But then, like, my logical, real brain kicks in, and it's like, yeah, clearly that's not true. But like, I've always had this kind of opinion that if I were to get in a car crash, or like if something crazy were to happen to me, or like I got cancer or something crazy happened to me, that somehow, some way, my mind could just like survive, and I could just like persevere through like anything. And my mindset is certainly changing in a way that my logical reasoning is kicking in a little bit and saying, no, that's obviously not true. You're not invincible. In fact, you're very mortal. You could humans. It's interesting because humans are very delicate. At the same time, they're very resilient. I'll make a video about that, I think, some other time. So I don't really want to get into that right now. But I was just thinking about that because I was listening to an Elliot Hulse podcast where he had a list of 40 things that he basically had fucked up in his life, that he didn't do right, or that he screwed up or whatever. A list of 40 things. I think he was turning 40. Whoa. I think he was turning 40 years old, so he had a list of 40 things. And one of the things was that he learned he's not invincible. And I think that's on my list too, because I'm learning that. And kind of on a similar note is, I think a lot of times people try to fight emotions. They try to be emotionless and be numb to pain or sadness or discomfort. I think that people try to give off this persona that everything's always perfect in their lives. That's why social media is I think it's toxic, because it gives off this persona and this idea that everything that you're doing constantly in your entire life is amazing and beautiful and wonderful and perfect. And it's not true. That's not human. Humans are very, very imperfect creatures. And I think that the whole social media thing kind of flips out on its head, and it's just, I think it's dangerous because it's just not true. No one's perfect. I mean, not any one person is perfect. And I think that it's human to feel emotion and to have feelings. And I think that fighting that and portraying, putting on a mask and portraying something different is not healthy. It's not good. Because again, we're all human. We all experience these emotions, and I think that embracing those emotions and just going through them is a healthy, good thing. And I know Oprah's got this podcast I listen to sometimes. I think that she was saying that if you, what was she saying? If you resist your emotions, oh boy, see, now I'm forgetting the quote. I had it in my head earlier. Basically, it's if you don't grieve your losses, you're doomed to forever live in them, or something like that. If you don't grieve your losses, you'll forever live in them, or whatever. You see what I'm saying? But the point is, though, I think that when you're feeling that grief and that sadness, or whatever emotion it might be, I think that you just need to go through that and experience it, whether it be good or bad. I think when we have these negative emotions, we tend to think, no, I'll push that aside because I'm better than that. I feel like I can be a better person. I don't have to portray those emotions. I'm always happy. I'm always good and positive and optimistic. But again, I mean, people are certainly different. There are some people that will be more generally positive than others. Some that are more prone to being negative. But regardless, I think that you've really just got to learn to just experience all of it and embrace all emotions that come, because again, people have a whole wide variety of emotions that you experience as being a human. So I guess that's kind of part of what I was thinking there. Let yourself be, yeah, so I have let yourself be sad and then fighting emotions. So don't fight emotions just because they're bad. I don't think that you should. I'm just learning. It's weird as a man. Again, I've been over this before. As a man, you're told and kind of taught and brought up to not experience emotions. You're supposed to be emotionless. Is basically how you're raised as for the most part as a man. I'm just kind of coming to learn that none of that is good or true or right or should be taught at all, because we're all human. So I guess that's kind of the main point of the video. I don't want to run in circles too much here, but yeah. So don't fight emotions. I think that if you don't grieve, if you don't grieve your losses, you'll forever. You're doomed to forever live in them. I forget what the quote is, but something along those lines. Anyway, I think that's pretty cool and profound and good. So, all right, there's that video. Roger out.